Welcome back to the Build Show. I'm Travis Brungart, and this week I want to talk to you about the challenges of residential remodeling. You don't always get to pick the existing conditions, as you can tell, shoot and build show in the rain. One of the things that's tricky about a residential remodel is sizing your HVAC. Mechanical design is tough when you don't know where you're going to end up on air leakage and performance. But there's a few tricks that you can work your way around these problems, and one of them is the versatility of heat pumps that can offer variable capacity. So I'm going to tell you all about it in this episode today, sponsored by Bosch. Come check it out. So as you can see inside of this originally 1940s era home, we've done a lot. And one of the things we've done is made this one large common volume, vaulted the ceiling, and really opened this space up. We've added some windows and obviously done all the air sealing and insulating that you would expect from us. But one of the things we couldn't get the clients to design out of this home is the old air sucker back there. That's the fireplace that I just cannot get rid of. And that makes it so hard to know where I'm going to end up on my air tightness. So we started looking at, what's a good solution for a mechanical design that's going to allow us to realistically deliver comfort and efficiency to our client. And we needed something that was going to be, variable capacity, and that's where Bosch came in. So we reached out to our friends at Bosch. We were lucky enough that we were able to catch BJ and Fred on site today, and I'm going to let them explain the strengths of their system because, boy, they know it inside and out. Let me bring them in. All right, as I said, we've got to bring in the right people for the job. Time and time again, you'll hear somebody talking about something and they throw out all the right words, but they don't necessarily know what they're talking about. And that would be me in this situation because this is my first time utilizing the great equipment from Bosch. I was excited that we had a solution available to us, but I wasn't quite sure how to make that happen. So I called in the experts. I've got BJ and Fred here. Let me start by having you guys introduce yourself. BJ, who are you and what do you do?
Great. Hey, my name is BJ Bailey. I'm with SFE Enterprises. We are the local manufacturer's representative for Bosch Home Comfort here in the Kansas City area.
And when I called you about this specifically, you said, can we talk on Tuesday maybe? Because Fred's going to be in town. Fred, you have kind of a big deal job at Bosch. What do you do?
I've been working for Bosch for about 16 years, and I am one of the factory trainers that gets to travel the nation doing the Bosch training, and we're very familiar with this IDS product.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned IDS because that was one of the things. I said people get excited about letters. If you do any sort of searching online, you're going to find people talking about ECM motors and VRF and all this stuff. And Bosch has IDS. What's IDS?
Okay, IDS. Bosch, by the way, loves acronyms, but IDS represents inverter ducted systems, which means that it is an inverter-driven compressor, heat pump, and we need ductwork to blow the air through and move the BTUs.
In Kansas City, the market that we're in today, and in a remodel like this, I took out a ducted system that was a 5-ton forced air, not a heat pump, just a traditional furnace with an air conditioner.
Okay.
And that's what we got rid of, and it wasn't very efficient, and it was certainly not comfortable for the client. So we ripped out all the ductwork, put in new ductwork that we designed, and then paired it with your system of 2 different components,
okay.
Plus the control, obviously. But in a heat pump, we're moving energy. It's the same device, moves heat one way.
Yep.
You can't make cool, but it can move heat in or out depending on the season. Exactly. Is that right?
So normal air conditioner, you got the condenser sitting outside, you got the evaporator sitting on the indoor unit, and when the heat pump mode comes into play, now we just switch those. We grab the BTUs that is available outside and we move them to the inside and let the now condenser just let that air go, and here comes the heat.
So that is what we do on, I want to say 100% of our projects for the last decade. We haven't put in a gas-fired forced air furnace in quite a while. Mm-hmm. We like heat pumps for their efficiency. We like that we can get good local support if we are dealing with newer technology, and we've had great success delivering comfort that way. But I was a little bit worried about this project because I didn't know quite where we were going to land on our leakage and some of the other factors. The fireplaces are just real tricky. So with that being said, I had reached out to BJ and said, we've got this load, I think, but I'm not sure what equipment to choose. And you said what?
So we were able to move and match our different outdoor units with our different indoor units to be able to meet the SEER ratings that we need and the capacity that we have in that ductwork.
So where I was hoping to maybe come in about 2.5 tons, I was worried it might not go the way I wanted and I might need 4. And they're like, well, it's going to be way too much. We're going to do that. It's gas break methodology of home comfort where you're blowing all the cool you can and then you shut it off for about 10 minutes and it calls for it again, or heat, regardless, same principle. You said something really smart outside, Fred. You were talking about the way that your technology works, and if you describe that again for our viewers, I think that would be really helpful, about modulating.